Shalom, shalom, and welcome again to Ray Bash's Ramblings. And again, I'm talking about Purim. The first segment, I talked about how Yahweh, the name of Hashem, and even Yeshua HaMashiach was hidden in the biblical codes and biblical texts of the book of Esther, because God's name is not said outright in the book of Esther anywhere. And one of the traditions of Purim is to dress up and to disguise ourselves, to hide our identity, and that's exactly what happened in the book of Esther, that God was hiding his identity. Esther hid her identity as being a Jew on the command of her cousin and guardian Mordecai. So Esther even disguises herself, or masks herself, so to speak, which is one of the traditions that we have of Purim, is dressing up in costumes and hiding our identity. But now I would like to talk about how even haSatan himself participates in Purim, so to speak. In 2 Corinthians 11:14 it says, "And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light," which means that haSatan can make anything look good. He is a master salesman. Anything horrid, wretched, rancid, decrepit, whatever, if he wants to sell it to you or pawn it off as good, he can disguise himself as an angel of light. And there's so many people deceived today by near-death experiences and alien encounters and encounters with supposed ghosts. All these haSatan has his hand in, and is fooling people to make people think there is no hell, to make people think that there is no afterlife, and if there is an afterlife, it's all happy, and that they are aliens who really created us and not God. So haSatan, he disguises himself as an angel of light, as it says. Even haSatan, he disguised himself as an agent of good, and was trying to pawn God off as being bad in Bereshit, in Genesis, when he disguised himself as a serpent to talk to Eve, to trick her into eating from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And so today haSatan conceals himself in the guises of enlightenment, New Age, anti-Torah Christianity, assimilation, all these things on the surface appear good and ecumenical and, let's everybody love and get along. But if you really look into a lot of these New Age religions, or a lot of these ecumenical movements, or the anti-Torah of Christianity, it all seems good on the surface, but the foundation of Torah is crumbled underneath, and it's really bad news. And haSatan disguises himself in that way to try to draw people away from Hashem, to draw people away from Yeshua HaMashiach, to draw people away from the Torah. So we must stand firm and be tactful. So when we see haSatan disguising himself as an angel of light, we need to unmask him, just as Haman was unmasked by Esther when she, when she invited King Ahasuerus and Haman to the party 2 nights in a row, and he says, "Queen Esther, what do you want?" He says, she goes, "I want my people to be spared. I want my people to be saved." Well, the king's like, who's trying to kill your people? This man Haman. And so she unmasks him for the creep, for the demon that he really was, because he was the one who tricked the king into making a decree that all the Jewish people be destroyed. So that verdict was not overturned, because the law of the Mede and the Persians were solidified in stone, but the king issued another decree saying that the Jews had a right to defend themselves, and God gave them power, and they overcame all their enemies. Haman was hanged, and the 10 sons of Haman were hanged. And on the same day the 10 sons of Haman were hanged, in the future, after World War II, there were 10 Nazi war criminals that were hanged on the very same day in history that Haman's sons was hanged. And one of those Nazi war criminals that were hanged proclaimed Purim Fest 1946 before he was hanged. Ironic, isn't it? Interesting. So hopefully you enjoyed these 2 segments about Purim. And hope you enjoy your festive Purim celebration. And Chag Sameach Purim, and Shalom and Shavua Tov Mishpocha.